Ladies, gentlemen, boys and ghouls, and Nick, welcome to another resounding night of Roll of the Dice. Oh, then recap now.
Alright, bet. No, I'm pretty sure this is what I got. So, pretty much our session was a bit of research, conversation-wise as well. Axel having to talk to small child girl. They ended up learning that while our time in the... Was it a Void Rift, Josh?
Domain of Dread.
Domain of Dread. Apparently, the princess, aka Krista, had been gone for approximately half a year. Rivik learned that, from the Feywilds book, he knows some key evidence of how to get to the Feywilds. Axel, fucking using the last scry on files, we were able to learn a little bit of what Sylvester was up to. Being in the Feywilds, being accompanied by two other people, presumably a female and some fucking creature that I can't remember.
An ugly-ass fucking giant.
Okay, thank you. Ugly-ass fucking giant.
That's what a Fomorian is, just long story short.
That. We learned that they were, killing people alive while some of them were still alive, was carving symbols onto their bodies. Rivik kind of made a little bit of connection that these are the same symbols found on some of the people back at his village when they were under attack. Rivik gets pissed at Sylvester because now it's personal. And
right, you're pissed at the female that was surrounded by the ones that had the carvings. The ones that Sylvester was carving were just unrelated symbols.
It was just for fun.
I thought it was Sylvester doing that, and I was like, fuck, he's pissed at Sylvester now.
He was carving symbols into the guy, but they weren't the same symbols you saw. The ones that had the correlation to the symbols you saw was the ones around the woman.
Alright, hold on. Now I gotta edit that note. Also, that, Rivik also made a connection that for one of those people's voices, not Sylvester, was the same voice that cast a healing spell on Sylvester back at the Spider Caves, back at the Cobalt City. Pretty much... I mean, that's pretty much it. That's what I got. Most of us were retired into our bedrolls, sleep for the night. Axel's still up, researching shit. And that's what I got.
Alright, now, before we directly go into anything, by the way, Kina, you tranced. You're sitting in a chair near it, kind of zoned out.
Oh yeah, fucking Kino.
Now, during Axel, roll me a d20.
For right now, I've elected to continue standing because I feel like it's weird and quirky. It's funny that you asked me to do this right now because I literally just said to myself as I was like, oh, it'd be smart to have your character sheet open, wouldn't it?
No, just roll a d20.
I got the sheet open. Investigation?
No, just a d20. You're in the middle of a long rest, pal.
I don't sleep.
You don't need to sleep.
I don't need to sleep. I just stayed up and read books.
Roll
Straight
d20.
Straight d20, 15.
Straight d20.
15.
Across from you. You sure you want to keep obsessing about him, partner? Kid.
Partner?
So, Axel... I'll sit just for Axel would be sitting.
I was thinking of the assless chap cowboy ghost, not
Yeah.
this ghost.
I think Axel sitting down. Jesus fuck! Now I know for a fact that was a stool before. What? He's looking at the assless chat ghost, right?
No, it's John.
Oh fuck! I thought it was the assless chat ghost, and I was like, no.
No, it's John. It's John.
Oh god! You can't just keep. I don't even know what to say right now. So, yes, because he literally is always around every corner, and he's never proven me wrong. Or he's proven me wrong a lot, but with this, he's not proven me wrong. Is every time I think he's up to something, he is. And I'm pretty right with that. I think it's a gut instinct now. I'm trained.
And if you put focus on him, do you think you'll be able to succeed on your goal?
That was a really... Listen, man, I'm currently teetering on... What's the word I'm looking for?
World domination.
World dominate. So, have you heard of McDonald's? No, Axel... Listen, I'm right now just trying to keep the momentum, to keep going, so I don't let someone down. Again, you're asking a lot of questions for me right now, and those are feelings. There's a lot of emotion that's everywhere right now, and you're asking for me to pinpoint it down on this one. Right now I'm reading a book about angels and demons, but that's side point, ASMRs, and we're half-breeds. Oh, I was just trying to distract myself, and you had some real personal shit. Oh.
I'm trying to look out for you, kid.
So I've had no coffee. Axel's ready to cry. Axel's saying, champions.
I already got an idea on what you're going after, kid. That's why I'm asking the hard questions.
Yeah, an espresso roast would be great right now. Sorry, I've been thinking about coffee since you shot the pot.
That was a dick move.
Yeah. I just needed some energy and just I don't sleep anymore. You know, it's really weird because you think, right, you would feel better after not, resting for an... I never feel better. It's just constant.
I will admit, you not sleeping makes it a lot harder to contact you.
Yeah, it's fucked up. I'm just constantly with my thought. I'm actually going insane.
No, you're not.
He's realizing he's talking to a ghost. He's like, oh man, it's getting to me, isn't it?
Axel, I'm taking your mother's place.
What?
She's not your guide anymore.
That's the weirdest shit. So, there's a lot to unpack there. I'm going to save that. I'm going to let that ruminate and eventually come out in a very angry overburst. But for right now, if I don't, I constantly feel like if I don't focus on him, that's when he's going to get us. And I just need to constantly be on my guard. That's fine. I've been constantly on my guard for years now. I can deal like that. Hasn't let me down yet.
He's gonna put his elbows on the table, and you can actually see the table like slightly shift, like proving that it's He's there. This is an illusion. This isn't an hallucination.
How Axel deals with this. He's like, yeah, ghost. But then he's like, yeah, ghost. My ghost.
Now, Nick, coming to what he said, you remember something that you read. Roll me a d20 with history to see how well you recall this information.
Shit, Axel's stupid. No, he's 19. Axel's not stupid.
You recall that ASMRs typically have guides.
Yeah. I
And
remember my mom was mine
they're-
for.
Their guides are typically devas. Your guide was your mother, who was a seraph.
Yeah. She was a bigger deal.
She was a different kind of deal. You know that typically the guides will give visions, prophecies, and feelings typically portrayed through dreams.
Mm-hmm.
There is no information on what happens when an ASMR cannot sleep or cannot dream.
I think Axel's still thinking about what the celestial thing he saw on the Dread Plane, the thing that became part of this place. I think that still lingers in his head when he thinks of that. He's very concerned about that. I think with everything going on, he's very overwhelmed. Kind of. Yeah. Okay, so. What else do you have to tell me? What guidance do you have right now? God.
Keep your eyes out for everybody. And don't let the mouthy one over there say what doesn't need to be said. He says, gesturing to Kino. Because you know where you're going. And I can say with certain, out of the four of you, you know the most.
Well, what? The Feywild or the fucking...
The Feywilds.
You're right. They had me study that shit too long.
Keep your eye on the prize, kid.
I'm gonna kick Sylvester in the nuts.
Careful with your emotions there.
You know, I realize that sounds very light considering apparently... Did I actually slit... You're a ghost now. So did I actually slit his throat?
That was after my time.
Shit.
Can't say for sure.
At the... Still got, like, no answers. All right. That's... You really
Listen,
gave...
I'm only allowed to come back down here because in one of your misadventures, you earned me this. He says, reaching into a bag and pulling out, "Don't talk to me till my death's been avenged." A nice little mug.
Fuck did I kill that killed me? I started killing people like a few years ago.
Do you know the group of 15 Akiaks you've killed in your time?
Yes.
Took all 15 of them.
I didn't know there was that list, but that list has been something, right?
The best kind of vengeance you get is the one you don't even know about. Because it's not even there to weigh you down.
Oh man, I'm dealing with some emotions right now, man. Emotions. God, if everything's that stupid to cross off the list, what the fuck's happening with the rest of it? some of those just crawled into the microwave because I told him it was a spaceship. Fuck. His mind's unraveling. He's like, oh no, Sylvester's gonna be killed by just a clown they meet.
And the last
Like, oh,
three of
man.
them. And the last 3 of them, you had a little bit of help.
Did. Oh man. Not gonna lie, this talking to dead stuff is still weird, man. This is.
Well, don't think of me as being dead. Think of me as being ascended.
John, that was the coolest thing you've ever said. That was the coolest thing you've ever said, John. You've quoted a lot of Terminator too.
Well, he takes out a thermos, pours something in. He pours a very familiar smelling liquid. I'll be back. And he slides it to you. Do you look down at the cup?
Yeah, he slowly picks it up, just handle it.
In that brief moment you look at it, the writing's gone and so is John. It's John's blend.
This is Josh at 3 a.m. Just another cup of like Dr. Pepper.
You mean me?
You know I drink Coca-Cola.
I'm the one that drinks Dr. Pepper.
I drink anything, honestly. That's not an energy drink.
Josh looking at coffee at fucking 7 a.m.
Never forget. Hey, Sean, never forget the Stein I used to drink during section.
I still have nightmares.
That's
I still have nightmares of that time.
I'm gonna have to ask for context when we're on break.
Yeah. Okay. You know, like in a cartoon, like when you give like one of those like childish cartoon characters like caffeine and their eyes just go super wide? That's Josh.
Fuck.
But he doesn't go like crazy. He just, his eyes go super wide. He's just focused.
I go from regular analytical to all of a sudden the boss is dead.
Yeah.
Anyways, and with that, we continue with your long rest. A little bit of other information you would attained is that those with certain types of rare blood afflictions can, and those who have certain type. It's hard to explain with the voice sometimes. Sometimes when you have a certain type of blood affliction, it's like being type A and having blood sickle disease, or being type B, or being type A, B, positive and negative at the same time,
Ah,
or having Wilson's disease, like to where your bloodstream doesn't transfer copper. You have when there is a certain type of, you heard something from your father. That was a good thing for you. And you tapped into that blood being a blood hunter. That is what pushed the evolution of your physical form to express more of your celestial lineage.
so I think the point where Ash was just like reading a bunch of like ASMR shit, which is probably like some big, some. The fuck you mean I'm just eternal now? I want a nap.
This is like speculative lore,
Yeah, it's theory.
speculative lore, myth, hard facts.
Hard fact. ASMRs can't digest certain proteins.
Well, this is the whole like blood affliction explanation on why you're suddenly sprouting wings.
Yes.
You would also be able to see like the ASMRs most common like that are those of the mutagen.
Mhm.
because they're actually like messing with all their different genetics with those like little mutagenic test tubes and such.
Now, I know.
Sean,
with
you're having flashbacks to your village. You're having a wonderful time.
have a nom.
Happy moments.
You know,
Great.
funnily enough, Josh, I wrote that down in my journal.
Hi, yes, I'd like to remind you I'm God.
But
Because you're currently transing, you're remembering current life moments because you are not to the point where you're old enough to where you are not remembering the chaotic whimsy of being a part of the Feywilds.
Yeah.
Your primordial state. But you're not old enough to where you're remembering past existences. You're to the point to where you're in that cynical existence to where you are just remembering your past moments.
yeah.
You're having a great nap, by the way, Rivik.
If you don't mind, I would like to have Alden like focus more heavily, like if possible, because he is semi-conscious.
You cannot control the trance.
Well, but well, not like controlling it. More of like as like he's viewing it. If possible, that he just focuses on the face of his wife and child.
Well, you're reliving memories of. I was actually thinking of your family.
Yeah.
My thought was you're reliving memories with your family. Like, you're just playing through the motions of your memories. Kino, you've got 3 memories going through your head right now.
What are they?
The initial
What is-
explosion,
Yeah.
meeting the group,
Mm-hmm.
and tea time with that giant guy with that huge motherfucker.
I'm focusing more on the tea time. I'm ignoring everything else.
No, because how old are you again?
Oh,
The age is an actual question. I'm sorry. You're like 140 something.
I'm like 140, 150. Pretty young.
Okay. Because about the age of 100 is when you stop. Around the age of 100 is when you stop. Some are late bloomers, some are early bloomers. But because you are to the point of adulthood.
Wait, I'm the oldest? What?
You know, young.
Kino was born halfway through the 300 warring period of the Dread Domain. 2 of these people don't live past 120.
Born and raised in the Dread Plane.
We're raised on a different continent.
You know, technically speaking, if Kino was on the plane of existence, she'd be dead of old age. Because time dilation.
Yep.
But yeah, so you're just, you know. Would you like to speak? Would you like to speak? Tea time. Yada yada yada.
Oh, tea time. I love tea time.
What the
I
fuck
get
was that?
3 wishes.
God damn it!
Give tea time.
I get
What are your 3 wishes? Tea time. Tea time. Tea time.
in exchange for your ability to return to the material plane, I get 3 wishes and I get to enact them whenever I wish.
I thought it was just one.
Well, no, this is an actual full memory.
Yeah.
3.
I feel like he changed it.
I never changed it. It was always 3.
Oh, you're good.
He hasn't even collected any of them yet.
I know, that's a scary part. It's either that or be left there for existence.
Or defeat the tree.
Oh, I don't want to feed the tree.
All right. Kino and what's your face? Other elf.
Alden.
Fuck. Thank you. You both awaken from your trap. Axel is copy in hand, existential crisis.
No, you don't get 3 wishes. What?
Oh, you're awake now. Hello.
Axel? What?
Is that a dog's tail underneath my door? I just realized that wasn't muted. I'm sorry.
Yikes. Yes, God, that is a dog's tail in the door.
It actually wasn't my Rottweilers.
And Alden does look toward holy shit. Are you okay?
Oh.
And Alden grabs Boris. Do you need something a little lighter? And he also offers it to Kino. Do you need a drink as well?
No, I'm good.
You're muted.
I'm just...
Not you. Not you. But
Oh,
Nick.
yes.
Yeah, Nick was muted.
That was my mute button.
Axel's sitting there, his hands shaking, sipping the coffee. I'm doing fucking great. Doing fantastic. Doing fantastic.
I would try to like calm you down, but I could only make you more insane, and I don't think you want that.
No, he's
We're gonna
just
save. We're gonna put that on the back burner.
But we can put it on the let's put it on the back burner. Yeah, let's come back to that one a little bit later.
what are you drinking?
Bitchin' coffee, okay? And
And then, like, Alden's like, oh, he's having a shit ton of caffeine in his system.
Axel, who's only had this much coffee.
What did you say, Kino?
Oh, I was saying.
Oh.
I had to stop myself. That was.
So we're getting ready to go to the Feywild.
Interesting. Another
Yeah,
plane of existence? Are we allowed to leave this one, or are we not? Or are we only allowed to leave for from it?
I mean, technically we could leave whenever we want, but if we're working with them, when we're
I don't really think I'm ready to hop out of one existence and then hop into another.
that's a bit.
Wait, you were also
Yeah.
with them in that dread plane, was it? That's what's in.
She's from the Dread Plane.
I was born there.
Oh.
I don't know what. There's a lot of things I haven't learned just yet. And I'm very excited to learn.
What if I say that you're just gonna learn more stuff? You go.
Well, learning things here seems a lot more fun than going to another existence that I might not be allowed to leave. And
What if I also told you that if we don't stop the a-holes in the Feywild, that all of existence ends and you can't.
that's completely fine. I'm cheating. Let's go.
I'm out of pitches.
I mean,
I'm out of pitches. I've got a few drops of coffee left, and I'm really trying to milk it out.
And Alden holds his hand out to Kino, like a friendly, like, handshake gesture. We weren't officially introduced. My name is Alden.
oh, the Kino. I like do my fucking mangle thing. Robot.
Nice to meet you.
Sorry, I'm not really a good people person. The only I don't really get social cues. I get nice to meet you as well.
Nice to meet you is a good, friendly affirmation. It's a
No, I know. I just don't talk to people. So I didn't talk to people until that time.
well, I'm a new addition to your group. I offered them my assistance in helping deal with these people that they were talking to.
End of the world, woohoo.
I know of one of them. He was a pretty nice guy for a while.
Really?
Then he went downhill. And all getting trapped in the Anyways, where's Rivik? He's still sleeping.
Yeah.
Rivik is literally right next to you guys sleeping. Raska's kind of like curled up right next.
That's adorable. I'm not gonna pick him up.
We take
That's
pictures.
Alden,
Yeah.
Alden just like looks at Riddick with worry with how close the killer squirrel is to his proximity.
Where's the big spoon?
With a big sword and 2 sickles. And matchbook.
Do not let squirrels have magical artifacts. And leave that in that room.
Viciously.
Do it again.
What time is it? Is it like nighttime or daytime?
Well, you guys are in the basement.
It is library time.
Ah. No, I forgot exactly where we were. That's my
Library. Yeah, we're camping in a library.
Yeah, it's like we got a fire going on in the center. It's a bunch of books being burnt. You know.
Oh, you better not.
Oh yeah, supposed to burn ancient texts.
I'm kidding.
to keep
But
warm.
it's off the people who live
Please
here.
continue role playing. If you burn any of the books,
I'll kill you.
you guys are fucked.
I was kidding.
Me and
No.
Kino the one can start a fire.
I am not starting a fire here.
Technically, I can start a fire with my blood.
I am insane, but I know when I shouldn't fuck with things. And books are one.
Since I'm still new to this whole end of the world shebang, I have some more questions if you would humor me.
Sure, and once Rivik gets up, I'm sure we need to have a discussion, but
Yeah.
we'll do that. We need to have a discussion before we get a move on in the Fae. We need to do a little more work than we did last time, but I think I got it sorted out.
Well, since I haven't been with you guys as long, is there any, like, are there specific roles each of you play? Like if we have to get into a fight or anything, are you guys trained in a certain way to hold formations?
You know, this is a great conversation. This is actually the same conversation I wanted to have. But yeah, his discussion.
Now.
He, unlike me, technically, I need less sleep than either of you. But
We don't sleep, we just meditate.
you meditate, you train. I don't. I
We're-
just am.
We're still conscious during all of it. We're never really asleep.
I, while in the dread plane, completely stopped sleeping. So,
Is that an effect of the jet plane?
Well, you
No.
don't really want to rest in a dread plane. There's so
That's
many
fair.
things that can kill you.
no, that's because I do shit like this, and Axel will, like, stab himself in the hand. Crimson Ray. And basically show us he, like, lights the end of his glaive on fire with his blood. Shit like that. Currently, you are in the den of what is referred to as blood hunters.
Blood
Now-
hunters.
They're monster hunters, but blood hunters are the specialized, the ones who are fully committed to this. Then you have your arcane people who are, interested in the research and study, blah blah blah. But
And the blood hunter is standing in front of all of you was talking to a celestial while you all slumbered.
so
Says the man made of paper that's still standing there.
Jesus,
Hello.
fuck, I'm gonna have a panic attack.
Alden's just like not phased by it.
So,
Because he can't be
You said
surprised.
Is it Files?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Miles.
I give him a
Files
big
is
hug.
File turns you into a rat and just breaks you.
Miles turns into a book.
I put it in my bag.
He flies out of your bag.
Okay.
Okay, so
I'll turn him into a rat and carry him.
so
He's actually immune to polymorph.
Fuck!
so blood hunters are specialized monster hunters. Are they specialized to hunt specific monsters or just
We're trained to hunt fey, fiends, and undead. Certain monsters. Now, then you get into your specializations. I don't really have.
how come?
I've just been pumping out
Because-
anything I can milk my celestial blood for.
Because he does not have a. Because he is not tapping into the power of a curse.
Cloud said that.
Yes.
Okay. I see.
Definitely.
So blood hunters work with a curse, and you're the odd one out, per se, where you work off of I would assume a blessing other than a curse.
In a way, blessings
it's-
and curses are different.
To become a blood hunter, you want is to tap into a a interior blood curse, something that is within your veins, be it something like lycanthropy or a profane soul. One could be the mutagenic properties of one's blood, or the celestial heritage.
And because of Axel's heritage, he has this ability as a blood hunter. So it's a blood, it's a blood rifle.
Yes, and
So
doing that stuff is natural, and so it's forcing certain. From what I understand from the book,
So we are similar in that aspect of our abilities, because they're both having to deal with, well, in your case, your natural capabilities, your body's natural mechanisms. It's what allows you to have what
Okay.
you have.
in a way.
You guys watch as Files pulls out a page, burns it as he casts a spell. You guys can continue talking, or he.
No saving throws we have to roll or anything. There's no.
No, it's not it's I can't remember if John remembers my chronomancer. It's a spell that lets him learn the lore of the world
Oh, legend.
and everything.
Oh
It's actually not that. It's he's able to look at he's able to focus on individuals.
He's downloading my
Um,
fucking backstory.
no. Okay.
He's downloading everyone's backstory.
Can I resist?
No.
Damn it.
Hey,
This is literally a looking into the timeline type of thing.
Okay. So that is very interesting, Axel.
No. Other than that, I have anger issues, and I've spent a whole lot of my life getting the shit kicked out of me, so I can continue to get this shit.
Oh, another thing you would have read about ASMRs. is that ASMRs are typically not born from a human and a celestial. They are typically born when someone has celestial lineage. Way down the line in their bloodline. Typically what happens when it even states typically when a celestial and a human get together, it's a Nephilim opposed to a ASMR.
Conversation later. So
I have a.
Axel has some questions because he knows his shit, but that's for later discussion.
But my back to the quick question about wrongs. Do you have anyone covering support?
Well, like healing, nah, she dead.
Doing no more.
Oh, that was this Tira you were told about. The Gorgoth was talking about.
Yeah, Tira. She's gone. We had a few rangers, like additional damage dealers.
We're gone.
So
We've
would,
got the paper guy, but I don't think he's coming with us.
I don't think he wants to come with us.
would you like me to be that in between?
Whatever you can do is helpful.
Well, I
The collecting here.
you're not awake yet.
I know, but I feel neglected because I have healing spells.
He's
I have
gonna
more.
He's gonna point at Kino and go, her roll, she's fucking crazy.
I do a
Well,
lot of weird shit.
That seems to be two people filling the crazy role. No offense.
That's fair.
From
Uh,
just from all the things I've
From a reasonable perspective, I stabbed myself in my glaive before combat, so that's a fully understandable thing to say.
Completely fair. I can't control my magic. It's
Yeah.
random.
The thing is, her magic's insane too. So the proper term is blood hunter discussion, or actual, practical information, that some people are born with magical capability via one way or another. They interact with magical items. Things go wrong. Any number of things can happen in a new person with magical property. There is no control over most of them. Sometimes it can vary. Sometimes it can be different. Work better. Bind with a person better. Sometimes it's just raw arcana. And so she's all messed up, but I think that the magic's gonna function on its own whether she wants it.
wait, so her magic is
The ticking time bomb.
wild and untamable, as long as what you're saying.
Reason.
She is literally a wild magic sorcerer. She
What
has magic pumped into her by the weed.
Whoa! What the fuck was that? Third, fourth wall break. Whoa.
Has Alden heard of the weed?
This is kind of logical, pure, factual Files who has just downloaded the timeline.
Files plugs D&D Beyond.
Does Alden know of the weed?
Yes, that is rudimentary knowledge. That is a force of nature.
Are we
Okay.
almost at a long rest for him? Like
No, we're
even
4
if it-
we're 4 hours
even
in.
if it- We've been talking. Are we almost at a long rest for
We
him?
can go
At
the
least
entire
at the point
session
we
without him
wake up?
waking up.
But
That's
Motherfucker,
at a certain point, I'm gonna do a skip thing.
Yeah.
Files is also gonna explain the fact that just the way she works is that she taps into a magic that is highly uncontrollable. The way you work is that you tap into the magic of natural force. He
I
actually
forced it out
tapped
of
into
my
a
blood.
force that is innate within his bloodstream.
Files,
And
are you
him
okay?
points at Rivik, uses a far more mechanical understanding to magic, in which he taps into a magic in a far different way from all three of you.
Files, are you okay?
You watch it as you say that. You watch the wheel turn blue.
You know, Files, your nose is bleeding, and you've been saying that
Files,
you
you
that you
okay?
can download the newest book of D&D Beyond.
Are you tasting copper right now, Files?
Oh no, you guys literally watch the purple will turn blue. He's blue screening.
Yeah. All right, so as I said, I don't think the paper guy's coming with us. Rivik, he has a better explanation of his abilities. I've seen him do a lot of different shit. I've seen him shoot shit. I've seen him make shit. I've seen him cook shit.
Hey, Josh.
He's kind of a jack
can
of all
we-
trades.
Can I? Okay, just to help me remember here. Making my
Your way
steel
downtown.
defender. Making my steel defender. I do that in long rest, right?
Yes,
Can I-
that is an actual like hours of work. You could have it be the first hour or the last hour. What is your choice?
Can I?
And he
Can I
woke up
do it
and
with,
started
like,
working on
where
it.
I'll just wake up, work on rebuilding my steel defender, and then go back to sleep for like 1 more hour?
Sure. You're
Sweet.
still an hour. You're still like an hour or so away from that.
I don't care. Just I want to do that. Just like it's like, all right, I made it. I'm going back to sleep.
I'm going to bed. I can't do the Windows blue screen of death sound.
Fucking
Get him.
goddamn Miles. It's like I also wake up and like work steel defender and see him is like, what the fuck's up with him?
He froze.
Wax him. Just that'll work. I'm just saying later on.
Look of fear on my
Turns red.
face. It's like,
I'm not awake yet.
Whack. Turns red.
Fuck!
it's like turns red. Okay.
Nobody knows the extent of the spells I've given File.
It is terrifying.
Nobody knows that it's fucking.
One of us is gonna be laying in front of him dying, and he goes, power word kill. No, he hits us with a disintegrate.
I don't feel so good.
Mr. Sword. Kyle, don't feel so good.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Haven. I don't feel so good.
Yeah, I went there.
So, I have a question.
Yeah.
Axel's worked with these people, or at least has worked with Serenity. And this is going to be a series of questions that you can just give me yes or no's on. If you want me to roll, it's up to you.
Okay.
Does this place reek of like a pattern that's familiar with Serenity, or does it feel like a separate place from her? Or does this feel like this is more her domain from what I've experienced prior? Or does this feel like she's in a different place? Kind of deal. Like, do I think she's a stranger?
Are you talking about the entire castle itself?
The library specifically.
Okay, the library specifically is it's not specifically one person. This is the cumulative information of generations.
I know, but what I'm referring to is, can I see her touch on this library, like any stylings or something that, if I was trying to guess layout of this place, do I see her personal touch that I'd be able to start making assumptions?
In your exploration of the place so far, you have not exactly seen it, but you've noticed that each area is kind of a little bit more different. Like a different person's touched on this, and it's been kept up to be in that manner.
So what I would like to ask here for a quick, like, Axel's just going to take a little like lap around, if he can. Axel is looking for, like, similar to the section like he learned some of his training from like blood rites and stuff. He's looking for more kind of blood hunter shit. The shit that, as close as he can say, shouldn't be on the shelves, but knows that anything that shouldn't be on the shelves isn't gonna be here. Is like looking for the hardest edge he can find here, and trying to look for any hints to get him to it.
That will be a survival.
Oh, fuck. What the fuck? Survival? Sure. Is it about monsters?
All right, we'll get to that roll in a moment.
Okay.
I need to actually think about that one. So Axel starts walking away.
Axel's just gonna say to them like gets to a certain point in this book. He's gonna close it. Hang on. I'm gonna be right back. Rivik, do whatever the fuck you're doing.
DM. I have
Fine,
some questions of my own.
All right, before you start your questions, also, Nick, roll me an insight. Yes, questions.
Okay. Would Alden be able to look around the library for any books detailing the different kinds of nature these people have dealt with?
I'm gonna need you to be a little bit more specific there, because
Like plain origin
That
monsters, I suppose.
is
A wide branch.
the thing is that is the way you phrased it. That is actually 50% of the culture.
Not having to do
Because
with
the-
creatures,
because
but doing with like landscape.
That is 50%.
Dealing with like
Okay,
extraplanar landscaping.
Are you looking for shit on the Feywild?
No, and not like just like different kinds of natural habitat, different kinds of like natural habitat and all that. Right,
you dropped it down to 24%.
He wants just
Okay.
a natural geographic.
Okay, to make it simple, a book on the Feywild and a book on Dreadlands.
Alright, in terms of the Feywilds, they're right next to you in Rivik stack. There's two of them, Book for Dummies and How to Get to the Feywilds. Well, okay, one of them's more of extraplanar travel. And a far more generalized, like, that book is specifically, if you're not a wizard, this is how you get to here, or you get to there, or you... Yeah.
Alden is gonna grab the extraplanar travel book.
It's not exactly called extraplanar travel, I just can't remember exactly how I phrased it.
Yeah, but
At broad spectrum, that's basically it's basically talking about like ways and keys and
because
like traveling with river sticks, stuff like that.
Alden would know from his druidic clan that eventually druids do gain the ability to planar travel at will, correct? Would he know that from the other elder druids in his clan?
Now, this is an actual question for you. Would they be stingy with the information?
For someone in Alden's position, I would not believe it.
Let's make a luck check to see how this generation of elders.
And basic, just a flat d20, right?
Flat D20, you have to get higher than me
Alright.
for a good result.
Okay.
You first.
19.
I got a 2.
Finally!
Now, who's the lucky one, me or you?
It depends.
Two of them are standing. Also, by the way, the island's part of your creation because this is your world.
Yeah.
Which is why I like sending you guys extra planar stuff because like no two travels to the extra planar realm is gonna be the same.
Yeah.
Is it like, is it a tribune? Is it a pentatribune? Is it like a single head? Is it a tribune?
Oh, okay. Oh, you're asking about the clan. Like the
I'm
clan.
actually asking about. I'm asking about the clan itself. Is it like a tribune, council of elders, like group of 5, group of 6? Do you have a circle for all different land masses?
Okay, time to get some lore.
I just want basic information.
Yeah. So it would have a tribunal of elders, an elder for each circle, essentially.
That is a group of 6.
Yes.
That is not a tribune. A tribune is a group of 3.
Yeah, sorry.
So that'd be 6. It's just a council of elders. There is no special flavored thing.
Yes, it has so it has like the council of elders, and I'll shoot you a name for them when I come up with it.
I'll
And-
name one of them because one of them might show up.
Well, no, I'm just talking about like the name of the overall council.
Okay. Yeah.
And then like on top of that, there's like it's similar to like how like a constitutional monarchy, like there is like the headpiece, like the head figure piece, and then there's like the council that works together kind of with them almost in making decisions.
Well, you get the archdruid, then you get the elders.
Yeah.
He is
Yeah.
the only level 20 character there. Everybody else is level 18.
Yeah.
In terms of player
Yeah, definitely. And so essentially one of the reasons like Alden would be going through this journey would be to become like more of a worthy candidate for what he was offering.
By the way, what circle are you again?
Circle of
Okay. So you got a circle of land, circle of moon, circle of stars, circle of
fire.
which I will be testing out this coming weekend. Okay. Alright, I just had to get that quickly.
Yes.
Mentally.
And-
down.
And there is a name for the journey that Alden is on, and I will shoot that to you. Soon.
When it's important.
Yeah.
It's not important right now.
Yeah, but
Not to insult the character, it's just
yeah, no, definitely. So based off of that, he would know that druids do eventually get the ability to choose planar travel at will. Essentially. Okay. But he will grab the book and he will use that as a book to gain further knowledge on other ways for planar travel without him using that ability.
Also, to explain why it was so hard to actually ask a very simple question is, you asked a very broad question in a place where they have specialist monsters
Yeah.
for entire planes of existence, schools of magic, and everything.
Yeah.
Because this isn't the this is the cumulative collection of information from both generations of not just one clan, but a group of clans.
Yeah.
Which
And
this castle is all a marvel of that thing, because the castle itself all loops.
yeah. So
This is pretty much like the world, like the library in Avatar: The Last Airbender that's in the fucking sand area, pretty much.
This is a man-made version of it.
okay.
So a lot of this stuff is speculation. Some of this stuff isn't concrete. This is man-made research. What you're thinking of is actually like a plane of existence I am still in the middle of designing.
And so would there be a role associated with look for a book on like with information about like because well, I wouldn't know that yet, but so like
landform, none of that would be it. It would be
books about
nothing.
the flora and fauna of
yeah.
Feywild and Driftland.
Well, that's an order of beasts. Well, okay. To look up information for the Dreadplane, have you been told that it's a part of Shadow?
I believe Axel may have said something.
I said that, yeah.
Okay. Well, it may be easier to find that information. Exact flora and fauna.
That's different per
Maybe a little bit
Dreadplane,
more.
maybe, right?
That's a little bit more. That is a little bit more specific. That would be more difficult to find.
Okay. But flora and like fauna for Feywild, would that be easier to find?
That would that'd be simpler. In terms of the Shadowfell, it'd be simple. Dreadplanes, that's where it gets difficult. because
Okay,
Dreadplanes are.
So a book on
You'd have to do a certain amount of research to figure out why finding a book on specific Dreadplane flora and fauna would be difficult.
yeah. So in that case, a book on Shadowfell and Feywild Flower and
Okay. Roll me an investigation. Nick, roll me an investigation. In this amount of time. Rivik, you're waking up. You're about to start doing your handiwork.
do you want me to make 2 separate investigation rolls for the 2 separate books?
We're gonna umbrella it.
Alright.
We're gonna make it simple and we're gonna umbrella it. And I might make a roll to see what you find.
Alright. I rolled a 6.
Nick?
I'll be a natural.
You and your natural
You-
20s.
It's always investigation too. This is the only skill Axel actually has.
What were you looking for again, Nick?
I'm looking for the blood hunter shit that I know reasonably, like the stuff I'm not supposed to touch won't be.
Alright, you find a book that literally details the order of the lycanthrope, order of the profane soul, the order of the mutagen, the order of the ghost, the order of ghost slayer, the order of, and then you find one that is you find an order of you find one that is the Order of Dawn, the Order of Dusk, and the Order of Twilight. What's your subclass called again?
My subclass is so funny you should ask. So I for sure know that. Order of Dusk and Dawn.
All right. Well, you've Breath of the Dusk, Dawn, and Twilight. That's all. That's one book. That's its own little.
Axel for sure snags that one. I think he's gonna look at the other ones. Is this in a set? Do I feel like Axel has plenty of time. I'm gonna have to ask you a different question in a few moments, but I think he's grabbing all of these.
If you
Like-
do anything else, you will not benefit from a long rest. It will turn into a short. Because then it will become more than light activity.
Axel just do this tomorrow, but he is taking all of these.
You can still study the books.
Study tomorrow.
I'm just saying you can't do more hunting.
Oh no, no! He was gonna do more hunting. He was gonna sit and as he's reading the books, summarize, translate notes.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay.
Saying in
That's-
terms,
that's
I was
reason.
just trying to say in terms of hunting, you will lose the benefit of long rest if you continue to hunt.
I snag like the books on all of the orders that I found, especially the Dusk Dawn Twilight. And I'm flying back over.
You rolled a 16, John.
Yeah.
By the way, Axel, as you're going back, Rivik's awake. He's starting to work on his little roboto. Rivik, you can see files, blue screen of death. All of a sudden, it turns into a red ring, and then it just starts turning into sound waves.
I don't think that's one thing I can fix. And it just like, you know, opens up his bag, pulls out the fucking toolbox that he still had for, you know, making the Steel Defender, and just starts working on it.
Nick, Sean, you find a book on the Shadowfell specific. It is not, well, it's more of a general Shadowfell book. It's not really specific to flora and fauna, but you can make an assumption that there was probably a chapter or two in there about that. You also find a, it's not exactly flora and fauna of the, it's more of the civilizing.
Of the
Feywild. Feywild.
So, book. So, an overall book of the Shadowfell.
Yes, an overall book of the Shadowfell. I believe it has also been illustrated that you're allowed to take books out of the library, you are allowed to jot information down as you study and so on and so forth, but they are not allowed to leave the library.
Yeah,
And-
yeah, you told us that.
And then book of the civilization of the Fable.
Yes. Which, given you probably know the basic nature of Feywild, you probably can guess that there's some information in terms of flora and fauna tied to each civilization.
Alden will start studying and jotting down notes on the book with the Feywild first.
Agreed.
I wondered if that would work.
What happened?
Just something I should say to Files to see if it like fixes them. I wanted to be like when I finished to be like, it's like, Files, Axel's book is overdue. See if that would reset him completely. But I don't know if that would really work.
You should try it.
Alright, this is pretty much like when I finished making a Steel Defender, like before I could sleep, I just get up, walk over to Files, like, gently pats him on the back, and is like, Files, Axel's book is overdue. And then walks away.
You made it worse.
I never said it could fix it.
He goes to bed. Axel, you start jotting down the information. You basically get the basic information that D&D Beyond has on each different class.
More importantly, am I studying effectively?
Roll me in intelligence. You too, Sean.
Intelligence? Just base?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh, cool.
You're effective.
I rolled a natural 20.
You're doing fine. You're doing perfect. You've never studied like this before in your life. Kino, what is the psychopath doing?
So like Anthony.
Looking for information. I don't even think there would be information here. Ugh. I don't know if I've been playing with sticks in the corner. whittling some wood away, trying to make Axel.
You know, it's not nice to carve up a tree like that.
Why not?
Trees are the source of life.
Well, It's just a piece of wood. It can give me a better purpose and making some art out of it. So it will live on long.
See what the druid says when you show him.
Or speaking of Druid, does he feel a disturbance in the nature closest to him?
Oh hell no. You're too busy studying.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if I could find any information on the dread thing that I came from, but I don't think it's...
Sean, were you originally
Possibility.
reading a book on sentient weapons?
Files took it from me.
Files has that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's probably added to why he is
Look.
like.
Files is now having the books. The book is also in the middle of an existential crisis.
That's right.
Crossed by Olden.
No, there would be no information specifically on your trip.
Yeah, there's nothing that she can explain. I mean, she can learn about the world, grab books, and then the dogs are.
So there is actually a kitty corner
Yes!
for the blood for when the hunters come and it's bring your daughter or son to work day.
I'm going over to the kitty room.
That's fucking
I'm
amazing.
learning about everything. I'm learning what everything is.
You got a little, you got a bunch of plushies where it's like this is a cactus,
Wait, can I? Yeah, I can read, so I know how to read. I'll be fine.
this is a shellless turtle.
I'm real smart.
They're not exact. They don't exactly look like that, but
Yeah.
they're the only ones.
I'm
Very
just-
fucking questionable.
There is also a giant unicorn stuffed in the kitty.
I'm going to rely on that. And read books.
It's an amazing. It's a nice sock.
Yes! We'll learn about everything and have a pillow.
All right, you're learning farm animals via basic intelligence.
I've got good intelligence. I'm fine there. My wisdom, that's not that good. It doesn't matter. Roll the nat one. All right, that's what's it for? I've got good
Yeah.
intelligence. I swear.
You're taking a very long time on this farmhand book.
Can't even get past the first page, probably.
Anyways, back to you, Sean. You learned that you learned specifically that the Feywilds is typically ruled by two courts: the Seelie and the Unseelie court. The Seelie court is typically ran by pure Fey.
How
Do you
is
need me to slow down?
yes, but how is Seelie stuff?
Seelie.
Seelie.
Yes.
Court, and then the Unseelie court just Seelie with unencumbered.
Yes.
And these two courts both run the Feywild.
The Seelie court is also known as the what is it? It's the Alright, we'll come back to that another time. But the Seelie court, it is what would be the above ground, is like what they rule.
So, so it's kind of like how, so the Seelie court rules everything on the surface, and then the Unseelie court runs everything like the Underdark.
The it's actually funny you say that. It is literally the court. Ooh, got a little hard to breathe for a moment there. Little bit of context. A hurricane is coming up from the Gulf of Mexico towards Southern California, and it is extremely humid today.
I completely understand.
Just start, yeah. And we are literally also in the middle of a heat wave.
Ooh, that's a bad combo.
So that was a bad moment, especially when you talk fast. Funny you say that. It is literally the Feywild's version of the Underdark, is where the Unseelie Court resides.
And the Sealy Court is the Feywild, and it's the Feywild's version of the surface.
Yes, yeah, that's what I said. All right, we're gonna focus on the Sealy Court for now. Once you're done writing.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's fine. It is what it is. I'm throwing a lot of information at you with your net. And sorry, Nick, I can't go through the full information of each and every single subclass because I don't
Fine, I know them.
know that off the
Okay.
top of my head.
I am a maniac, but
I feel sorry for my nat 20.
No, this is actually perfect because I get to let you do exposition to other people. So the Sealy Court is actually also ruled. Both courts are matriarchies, but the current ruler of the Sealy. This book's also up to date, as of a week ago.
So the Sealy Court and the Unseelie Court are patriarchy. So they have a single
Matriarch.
ruler? A single monarch?
Matriarch. No, that's monarchy.
Monarchy.
Matriarchy is female rule.
Okay. So they're the Sealy Court's matriarchy or patriarchy.
Matriarchal.
Matriarchy.
Patriarchy. You don't have to write that down. All you need to know is the main ruler is Titania, the Queen of Fairies, and her consort, her king, Oberon. I need to actually look up the Unseelie Court. I would also give Oberon's title, but I cannot find that at the moment.
The king consort.
Yeah. The Sealy Court is there. They are all your people. You are even a half blood fae.
You're cutting in and out.
How about now?
You're sounding better now.
All right, Sealy Court, pure blood fae. If you have even a fraction of unfae in you, you're not welcome.
So the Sealy Court, from what I would be getting from the book, would be it's like has obvious like segregation.
They just prefer pure blood fae.
Okay.
Because bear in mind, Sealy Court, these are ruling positions.
Yeah. This is what it's like when Axel gets a shit ton of info.
but I love it.
The Unseelie Court is ruled by the Queen of Air and Darkness.
Does the book mention anything about her name, or that it's just a title?
Google Chrome's not loading. So it just mentions the Queen of Air and Darkness. The Unseelie Court is also known as the
Known as what?
the Glooming Court.
The Glooming Court.
Uh, Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, Google Chrome actually just stopped working altogether.
Oh gosh.
So that's. But no, this is all mental information at this point. I couldn't remember the exact title for her. It does not mention an exact name.
Is there anything known about her, spouse?
She doesn't have one.
Okay.
Full too soon. Every fate. She doesn't have one. It does not mention anything at all. They're mostly evil fae that join this organization, because that is what is segregated to the Feywilds below.
Evil Fae?
Evil fae.
Sorry.
They let hags in.
I was just asking for the clarification because it sounded like you said I heard eel. I'm like eel Fae. That's interesting.
Evil. But they also don't. They also aren't exclusive to pure fae. So they will actually allow those that are of.
So the answer to the core accepts just all kinds of people, correct?
Yeah. They aren't as exclusive as the Sealy.
All right.
We are now going to move away from the two court. As it explains that there are also lords for each of the 4 seasons. So you also actually have a winter court, a summer court, a autumn court, and a spring court.
Okay.
And then it also explains that you, one of the common races on the surface is the Eladrins, which are the elves of the Feywilds.
Alden would, from reading, he would put 2 to 2 together for when he saw it with Rystel, and he would know that there were elves, correct? From what he's read.
Yes. From the brief description, he would recognize that there were winter, spring, and summer Eladrin.
And so he would know that the Eladrin have have the sub races pertain to each season, or do they change for each season?
There would actually be a brief explanation that they are capable of changing. And it's actually not just exclusively based off of the season, it's also based off of their mental state.
So the 2 factors would be seasonal and just how their mindset is. Or not mind,
Yeah.
but mind state.
Yes, state of mind.
Okay.
And then last bit of information is that there is a race of giants that were cursed by the Fae that reside in the Faes below. The Feywilds Underdark, called the Fomorians. And the only information the book has is that they They were cursed by a trick of ancient Fae. And with it, we're gonna take a break. When you're done.